Breed Global Truth.
It's like a modern day warfare. Got my ammunition cold red. I feel like Noah getting cold stairs. And the seal across my forehead. The second coming, it is bloodshed. Hey, roll out the red carpet. Roll out the red carpet, yeah. Spiritual voltage, hit 'em with 1,000 watts. I've been drawing inspiration like round the clock. This is innovation, we thinking out the box. History in the making, but they don't give us props. We in the paradox, 2 dimensions in the lock. Y'all gon' punish the world until the center stop. A man of war, I'm like a bull in the china shop. It's in our blood, I'm not the one that you should idolize. But I kept it real, ain't sell my soul for the dollar sign. I done seen gold chains turn to yoke of iron. There is no salvation if there's no Messiah. Before the rooster crows twice, y'all gon' deny it. You think you higher, he exposed all the liars. Vengeance is the Lord's, y'all gon' feel the fire. Let this be the soundtrack to everything coming. It's gon' be bloodshed for the second coming. Roll a red carpet out cause they don't really want it. Roll a red carpet out cause they don't really want it. This ain't Hollywood, this ain't even star-studded. But best believe he gon' have the whole crowd running. Hey, my music's slapping like he Honda. Quick enough to send a shockwave through your chakra. Knock it off, no combating with the prophets. Touch his anointed star, picking out your coffin. Reading this word got me locked in. 8K crystal clear through these optics. No fear, it gets real when you got sense. There's no chill, gotta build till we all in. This is modern day warfare. I'm getting ready while they horse playing. Got my ammunition cold red. I feel like Noah getting cold stairs. Got this seal across my forehead. This ain't science, this ain't hotel. This is Torah from the old text. Then grab your sword for the protest. No surrender, there's no rest. I found hope when it was hopeless. Hope when it was hopeless. Time to roll out the red carpet. The Messiah coming back for bloodshed and vengeance. He will require the blood of all the nations. Vengeance is the Lord's.
What's good, everybody? It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. Peace and blessings to the chat. Give it up for yourselves. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a cashless society, and the mark of the beast is here. Now, how do I know so? Because the Bible told me so. That's how I know. And these things are coming to fruition. It's happening. It's here. And y'all know I'm going to go over some sources. I'm going to go over some scriptures because that's what we do over here. We read the Bible. We bring out the prophecies written thereof in order for us to not only avoid some of the pitfalls in the system, but for us to also prepare for what is inevitable, right? And we got some things to discuss about what's taking place in society. Now, you know, if you got the spirit of fear, you got to get that out of here. If you got the spirit of being inquisitive, I think I worded that right. If you have the spirit of wanting to be inquisitive or insightful, then you have came to the right place. Because with this knowledge and wisdom, you're going to know where you stand at as these things are fastly approaching. Now, we already know that there's a whole lot of outsourcing going on with BRICS, the BRICS nations, pretty much making the dollar obsolete. We already know that, you know, gas prices are raising. We know that food prices, groceries are raising. Inflation is sky high. We know what's going on in society, but why is all of this happening? What is written in the scriptures? Why is it happening? Well, there's about to be a reset. And when this reset occurs, God's chosen people, the biblical Israelites, We'll rise from obscurity, rise from the very bottom in order to take our rightful position as leaders of the real free world. And the world has to go through birth pains, which is called Jacob's trouble in the scriptures, in order for us to actually reach that particular goal or reach that outcome. So, if you're wondering why everybody's running around complaining, you see so much content and material out there about, people talking about the housing market. They're talking about the stock market dropping. They're talking about all the insidious crimes that are taking place in the inner cities. They're talking about the poverty. They're speaking about the high incarceration rate, police brutality. Why are all these things taking place? You got some people even leaving the faith because of this, saying that surely Christ have delayed his coming. And they're saying to themselves that, you know, God can't be real because look at all that's going on in the world. And they're losing faith. But on the contrary, everything that's happening is actually a reminder that the Most High is real. Seeing what's taking place is the Most High confirming that these things are supposed to happen, that they shall come to pass. Now, let's get into this. Got a couple sources here. Let's go.
Identity is not just a passport that you will have on your iPhone in a digital form. It entails just about everything the government would like to know about you. The best way to get to a modern person's heart is to say that it's convenient for them. So yes, you won't have to carry all your different papers and your passports, but the downside of it is, and I hope that people will start to see this, that the government can shut you down. So if you want to buy a burger, red screen, no mark, not for you. That flight, not for you. Oh, but you can just buy it if you have enough money, right? So they're being very open and honest to what their goal is here. So we should take their words seriously and say, hell no. I would say we should cancel these communists immediately and say, get the hell out of my private life. I'm not having you track me and decide what I eat and where I go.
Okay. So the ultimate goal.
Well, when we agreed to allow them to put up 5G towers, well, we can go even further back than that. When we allowed the Patriot Act, when surveillance and espionage, illegal wiretaps were pretty much allowed and there was no public revolt, there was no outrage from the masses. You pretty much allowed these things to roll out. I mean, we can't do anything about it because it's destined to happen. So when it comes to privacy, Moshe the commentator got it right. That's the thing of the past. The only way you can get privacy if you're on your own land and you got a lot of solar energy and you're insulated by your own community. That's the only real similitude of privacy that you can get in this particular country. But let's continue.
That these people have in mind is the goal to create a one world government run by the banking industry, run by the bankers, and they're doing it in sections. The European currency, the euro, and the European Constitution is one part of it. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union, right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money.
Now that RFID chip is a two-way radio frequency chip, and the company that spearheaded this particular device is called Severity, and the satellite used is called Digital Angel. So here you have a satellite called the Digital Angel that, is pretty much here to surveil, watch, track, and trace. And, these same RFID chips are in your pets. So, they've been working on this for quite some time, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have another version of this on the way. I mean, Revelations 13 and 16 tells us, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, say if he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. See, it is already written that there would be a mark that people would carry in their right hand or in their foreheads that they will not be able to buy or sell, say if they have the mark. Now it says those who are rich, poor, free, bond. We're talking about people from all walks of life. Now it said it's going to cause all, not force all. So when it says all, it's not talking about every human being that's breathing will get the mark of the beast. It's saying that it's going to cause people from all walks of life to receive this said mark. And that's what you see happening in society right now. This is why the inflation is sky high. This is why the jobs are not paying. This is why artificial intelligence is replacing jobs. This is the reason why they're keeping you distracted through bread and circus and entertainment. This is the reason why you got Bill Gates buying up all the farmland. This is also the reason why they want to build a wall, utilizing the character or the Manchurian candidate by the name of Donald Trump to put up a wall to keep us in, having you believe it's to keep migrants out. Because they know as they slowly, incrementally, meticulously shut down the dollar, the grid will follow, and that's when mayhem will follow. And that's where the book of Esdras kicks in, where it's talking about there'll be a lack of bread. That's where, the Second Amendment is going to be quite important. And this is why, we move accordingly. We prepare for the times. Now, of course, you don't stay stagnant and be struck with fear to the point where you're not doing anything to reserve yourself, or you live your life in spiritual bondage because you then decided that life ain't worth living and ain't no reason to try. No, absolutely. Every day you should be trying, striving to be a better person, because we can all take our last breath any day now. Life is not promised tomorrow. So don't be scared. Just be prepared. This is how we operate. Let's go.
Is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is giving me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control.
And they'll also be able to release lithium in people's bodies to pretty much poison them and take them out. Y'all got to understand this stuff is real. A lot of your celebrities already have this chip. They already have the chip. They already sold their soul, because the scriptures tell you once you get this chip, that's it for you. There's no more sanity in you. Even if you serve the image of the beast and you sell out for money, you're already worshiping the beast and his image. You don't have to even have the chip to sell your soul or to have the mark of the beast. You can have the mark of the beast because you have compromised your ethics, your code of conduct for that almighty dollar, those dollar signs. Greed will have you give up your eternal soul. This is what the scriptures tell you. Mark 8:36 says, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the world and lose his soul?" And that's what's happening when people making these deals with the devil, all for filthy lucre's sake. And y'all thinking they rich living it up when they really poor, blind, and naked. And they know this stuff is being rolled out, and they believe that most of society is going to get it anyway. So they go ahead and compromise. They go ahead and compromise because they believe, hey, most people are going to go this route anyway. So they don't want to take that narrow path. That's why true believers of the Most High will be outlawed in society at some point. Where we walk into a grocery store, it ain't no purchasing nothing. It ain't just using your bank card. No. They're going to know who bear the light. There's going to come a time you're going to walk the streets and there's going to be omnipresent. Well, what do you call these things? These black lights that can see through the bloodstream. And they're going to see who got the mark. They're going to see the nanoparticles in the blood, and these lights are going to be tracing people. They're going to have drones watching people. And then you walk into the store, you think you could just buy a bottle of water. They're like, nah, you're not welcome here. This the type of future that America is headed towards. You know, and this is just where it's going.
So,
Bruce Kowalski, your monthly universal basic income has been deposited into your account. For more information, press details. You have been paid 2,000 central bank digital tokens. The following fees are being deducted: accommodation fee, food ration fee, recycling fee, clean energy fee, personal greenhouse gas emissions fee, climate change fee, diversity fee. Your current remaining balance is 5 central bank digital tokens.
Now imagine this, brothers and sisters. This how the smart cities would siphon out your rations. This is how it would work. Now imagine that it says something climate change fee, personal gas emissions. Now these things are already on the table. They're speaking about this stuff in the World Economic Forums already. When they talking about the 15-minute cities, these discussions are already on the table, y'all. Charles Schwab is already talking about this stuff. Talking about how you can only drive a certain amount of mileage. How they want to get everything in the smart cars. Food rations, a damn diversity fee. Imagine that. I mean, this stuff is the real deal. Look, the scriptures tell you what times that we in right now. And I'm going to go to Revelations 13. I want to start off in verse 4, and it reads, "And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Question mark. Who is able to make war with him?" Look, this is what the world is thinking right now. They're not trying to hear the word of the Most High. They're saying, look, with all these technological advances, with everything that they can provide for us, who can make war with the beast? You know, people operate in fear. Everything they do is fear-based. They're afraid to speak this word. They're afraid to speak the word of the Most High. They're afraid to embrace what the scriptures is talking about. Why? Because they don't believe it's possible for anybody to conquer the God of this world. They're looking at the celebrities and how they're enriched. They're looking at how all this war and fear and trauma is controlling society, and nobody really wants to step up. They're looking at the famine of the word, and they're asking, who can beat the beast? Who can take the beast down? It says, and they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. So here you're getting a little bit of a time frame where this beast will have this power. And it says, and I want y'all to all envision this supernaturally. Now, we know the Antichrist spirit moves through man. I know everybody is waiting for one Antichrist to rise to the occasion. But the beast moves through people. Because even in Paul's time, he said, look, even in my day, it was many Antichrists. It continues to say, it says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth and blasphemy against the Most High. Blasphemy, his name is tabernacles and all that dwell in heaven. Now, when you see the Rainbow Coalition coming in droves, teaching certain things in schools, having letter pride and all this through the streets, what you think they doing? Great blasphemies against the Most High, where they're trying to misconstrue what man and what woman is. It's all to blaspheming the Heavenly Father and his tabernacles. Stuff is coming. And this is part of the judgment.
And if not spent, it will expire in 7 days.
And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything. It's total control of the people.
And that chip's connected to a database that has your purchasing records, what you do, what
Everything,
you sell.
everything is in there, you know? And so they want a one world government controlled by them, everybody being chipped, all your money in those chips, and they control the chips and they control people. And you become a slave. You become a serf to these people. That's their goal. That's their intention.
That's exactly what their goals and their intentions are, to make you become a slave to the system. Hold on. There's another video I want to share with you all, because y'all got to understand that this stuff is already here. And when you're paying attention, you're moving accordingly. Hold on one moment. Let's talk about how the mark of the beast will be implemented. Well, it's already here. It's people actually lining up, already getting these chips in order to make purchases. They're getting them at tattoo shops and tattoo parlors. They're actually going to roll it out like a trend. Let's see.
Either the name of the beast, the number of his name, or a physical mark that's associated with him. Revelation 13 prophesies that everyone will have to receive one of these marks on their right hand or on their forehead in order to buy or sell. Let's look into some world events that are happening right now that shows that the mark of the beast is a reality that we are heading straight towards. We'll also look at what the Bible says is an absolute requirement for receiving the mark of the beast and whether you can take it unwillingly. First, we need to understand the extreme severity of receiving the mark of the beast. Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb."
Now I want y'all to think about what this just said. Whoever gets this mark, this chip, it says, he himself shall drink of the wine of wrath, of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. Now that's Bible right there. So I want y'all to think about the people around y'all. Who can you trust? Think about those around you who will basically sell out for filthy lucre's sake. Think about the individuals who already bear this mark. They might not even have a physical mark already, but they worship the image. They're throwing up the little hand signs, covering one eye, throwing up the 666. They're into the tarot cards. They're into the witchcraft, the black magic, the sorcery. All kind of dark practices and dark arts. And you're trying to read them the word of the Most High like, yo, look, this stuff is real. I know you just think I'm a Bible thumper. I know you think I'm just talking. But look at what's happening in society right now. Why else do you all this inflation going on? Do y'all really just think this is going to get better in America and worldwide, the whole Eastern Hemisphere? Do you really think it's going to just turn back? And America's one day just going to be a great place to live because of some president? Or is the world powers preparing for a new world order? Are they already positioning themselves to usher out this mark? And if so, What are people going to do? What is going to be their responses? How are they going to move around you? Who will you be surrounded by? And who will be down with you, or who will be a spiritual parasite, a demon, a witch, a warlock, a perpetrator, one who could be a flight risk? Because after this mark is implemented, which some people already got, I'm going to tell you right now, they'll never be the same at all. They'll never be the same at all. It's real talk.
And the smoke of their torment ascends forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night who worship the beast and his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name.
Yo, it's going to be so many people who going to get the mark. The scriptures say hell have enlarged herself to fit all the people who will get this mark. Why? They don't want to be self-sufficient. They're the same ones who's going to be mocking those who are preparing, just like they mocked Noah. Remember, the scriptures say that the coming of the Son of Man would be like the days of Noah. And what was happening to Noah? He was being mocked. Why are you getting prepared, Noah? Why are you building a ark? What are you doing, Noah? Ha, look at him, y'all. Oh, he's talking about it's the end of the world. Ha ha ha. Scoffing, trolling. And then what happened? The people was destroyed. Why? Because either they were too busy, caught up in drama, caught up in partying, caught up in illicit sex, caught up in drugs, having a riotous spirit. They wasn't trying to hear nothing Noah was saying. Look, there's modern day Noahs out here. A lot of y'all, some of y'all who watching right now be warning people in your family like, yo, you know, maybe we should get ourselves some land or something, get a little plot and have a contingency plan, because America look like it's going downhill quick. Maybe we should be together as family. Maybe we should make moves towards unification, put our resources together, dig a few wells or something. But you're telling your peoples, I don't want to be in a position where this country starts rapidly declining to the point where it's too little too late. I'm telling you, this stuff is real. Now, people who receive this mark will burn forever and ever. I'm not playing with the Most High. This stuff is real.
Some people believe that the mark of the beast is already here, but before it's fully implemented, there are a few things that have to happen first. Before the mark of the beast
It's actually already here. It is already here. People are already getting it.
is implemented on people, first the beast himself has to
See, now this is where I come in to correct this brother. What he's about to get into is a doctrine called dispensationalism. And this doctrine lays out a series of events that are supposed to take place before the mark of the beast. But this is a doctrine that was created by Jesuits. And a lot of Christians fall for this. And they're believing that there has to be these series of events that take place before the mark of the beast is rolled out. When the truth is, the mark of the beast is already here. I can go to plenty of videos all over social media. People already getting chipped. People actually going into grocery stores, waving their hands and paying for their groceries. It's already here. But see, what the Christians are failing to understand is this doctrine was created to confuse us, so we don't start taking necessary steps now, because we're waiting for these chain of events and we're waiting for all of these things to happen when it's already happening. Exactly. Injectable biometrics already exist, and you can pay. You can pay for groceries with them. So that's where, you know, the correction gotta comes in. The Roman Catholic Church created this doctrine and has people confused, right? Thinking that we got all this time, or well, the man of beast got the beast has to rise and this has to happen. Look, the beast is everywhere. This whole system is a beast system. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
rise to power, as well as the second beast with him, the false prophet. Revelation 13 lays out the timeline of these events. The Antichrist rises to power. The Antichrist is healed of a deadly head wound. People openly worship the dragon.
Now, does this sound familiar? Donald Trump getting hit in what a so-called getting hit by a bullet. Does this sound familiar, y'all? The beast survives a deadly head wound. See, they're not understanding the scriptures. What they fail to realize is that beast that caught a deadly head wound is actually symbolic in the scriptures and is really speaking pertaining to Rome pretty much being trampled and destroyed, and then it actually really rising back up. That's really what it's talking about. The Roman Empire taking a hit. Because at one time Rome was ruling, but what people don't realize is America is Rome. The whole European hemisphere is the Roman Empire. So this whole system is beast. It's like we sitting here looking at all this stuff. Homosexuals getting married and they saying it's holy matrimony. We're looking at children being exterminated in a womb at an exponential rate. We're looking at murder, rape, genocide taking place through centuries. And we're still waiting for some guy to come up. When in Paul's writings, he said, look, even now there are many antichrists, there are many beasts that shall arise. The mark of the beast is already here. This was designed to knock us off balance. And this is why I'm covering this, because this lie been going on long enough and it's been working too effectively to keep us stagnant.
And the Antichrist. The false prophet performs miracles on behalf of the beast, including calling fire from heaven. The false prophet constructs an image of the beast and causes it to speak. The image of the
beast would be the TV screen, y'all. Would be the TV. When you turn on your TV and you watching music videos, you're seeing pentagrams. When you watching movies, all you seeing is horror. All you seeing is literal, not even, it's not even covert. It's overt symbolism. It's literally the image of the beast is what we see every single day. And when you become symbol literate, the signs are all over society. So this is another way to have us waiting. Look, everything we seeing is already evil. So this is another way to keep us like distracted. Well, we're waiting for the image. We're waiting for this. No, it's already here is what I'm trying to explain to you, brothers and sisters. Now, the Bible says we know not the day nor the hour that this time will end, but we know that we're in that time dispensation. You know what I'm saying? Because everything has happened prophetically to put us there. Let's go.
beast orders the death of anyone who will not worship it, and then the false prophet orders everyone to receive the mark of the beast. When the mark of the beast does fully come into the world, it's clear that the way they will force people into submission with this is through their finances. This is what I believe we are starting to see happen today. Technological systems of money and the control of money that can be turned off by third parties for a multitude of reasons is increasing day by day. The US dollar could go digital. Here's what you need to know. It's official. The United States is developing a bank-to-bank digital currency. Our cash-free future is getting closer. Within these articles, one of them tells us that around 100 countries are exploring at one level or another to be involved with CBDCs or central bank digital currency.
And that's what I wanted to stop right there with BRICS. This thing is getting real, right? Now, I don't know what people thinking, like things are just going to turn itself around, but we got to do something.
I'm the only one that just wake up one day, go outside, take a look around, and say to myself, I hate fucking being in this country. This country fucking sucks. Ain't nothing what it used to be, nothing. The people are distant as shit. Kids disrespectful as hell. Schools are just a name. They ain't teaching your kids a damn thing. They just taking them in there so they can indoctrinate them into their system. Families, fuck, what is that? People don't even have that anymore. Money, shit. None of us have none of that. And what little we do have, they're finding a way to take that from us. This country ain't worth a fuck anymore. And truth be told, I don't see it ever getting better. We don't know how to come together. We so busy wanting to debate. We want to go watch bullshit programs, all of this, when right around the corner, they about to stick it to us hard. And when that day happens, oh my God, people gonna be running all everywhere, looking for any means necessary. Well, here's the problem with that. You ain't by yourself. Millions of others gonna be doing it too. But, hey, you said it never happened. You didn't prepare yourself one bit. And when it does happen, just like COVID, when the stores shelves got empty, when it does happen, you're going to be looking at your kids, praying to God a miracle happen. Sorry to tell you, ain't nothing coming to save you. You had a chance to save yourself. But, hey, this is the country we live in. It's America, US of A. Go figure that shit.
It has begun.
Yo, that's some real talk. He said, look, we rather be sitting there debating. We rather sit there and be stagnant. And if you ain't got the common decency to even look into the scriptures to baptize your mind in the word, in order to start thinking outside the box, to even remotely position yourself and your family in the right direction, then it's going to be a whole lot you're going to deal with when they come when they come in droves. Because it's a lot going on in the world right now. And I ain't saying none of this for you all to be scared. If you scared, that's on you. I don't have no control over people being afraid about what I'm talking about. My job is a watcher. My job is to be on my post and warn the people to what is happening in the world, so you can move accordingly, so you can get closer to the Most High, so you can start to change your ways and get rid of the sins that may be plaguing you, so you can get the envy, jealousy, hate, animosity out your heart, so you can start forgiving those like you want the Most High to forgive you, so you can start being apologetic to those that you cross and try to right some of your wrongs. My job is to warn you that judgment is around the corner. And the writings are written all over the wall. And some of you all will say, well, they've been telling us this for years. Didn't the Bible say that people would say, surely people would say Christ have delayed his coming? Ain't that what the Bible said? That people will reason with themselves and say, surely, Christ he delayed his coming. So they can go back into their worldly ways and make excuses. There's a great falling away taking place right now. And this stuff is real. And and everybody got to answer to the Most High. Everybody got to consecrate their flesh and put away the old man or old woman. At some point, this is real talk.
The American stock market opened and lost roughly $2 trillion in just the first 15 minutes. Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency in the world, shed more than 10% of its value in a single day. And Donald Trump was quick to speak up and blame this on the Democratic administration.
Of course, there is a massive market downturn. Kamala is even worse than Crooked Joe. Markets will never accept the radical left lunatic that destroyed San Francisco and California as a whole. Next move, the Great Depression of 2024. You can't play games with markets. Kamala, crash.
Now let's read this scripture real quick, because we're going to get to this global market crash that recently happened, by the way, days ago. Matthew 24:48, it says, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming. Do you know how many evil servants are saying in their hearts, my Lord delayed his coming? It ain't no God. They give up on the Bible. They give up on people. They give up on truth. They give up on what's righteous. You know how many people are doing that right now? The mass majority. The mass majority. And so I just thought I would point that out, because it's going to only be a remnant of people who really going to follow suit and do what needs to be done to preserve their own souls. That's real talk. The rest of the people gonna be walking around here like zombies, buying into everything these politicians say, falling into the strong delusion. Let's go.
Major fears that have investors selling off stocks. Now, there's a concern of the United States slipping into a market recession. Goldman Sachs predicted that there's a 1 in 4 chance of the United States going directly into a recession in the next 4 months. And on top of that, we've seen a rise in unemployment, and the amount of new jobs created in July was not what was expected. Now, many are also concerned that the Federal Reserve Bank has not stepped in and adjusted interest rates and acted accordingly in order to stabilize the market. Economists
Yo, the Federal Reserve have been pretty much printing money like monopoly paper, you know, cooking the books, forging the numbers, padding everything. Look, this stuff is make-believe, y'all. We in damn Alice in Wonderland. Like this stuff, like this country is a figment of our imagination. We literally in a matrix. They're talking about the country being trillions of dollars in debt. Meanwhile, everything is shutting down. All kind of stores, thousands of Walmarts, thousands of different businesses, thousands of companies shutting down. Like they literally playing Soul Caliber, they playing mind games with the people. I'm telling you, banks are closing down, all of it. And they just padding the books with this global market stuff. And I know people thinking, well, we're going to just do cryptocurrency. If we do cryptocurrency, this going to work. If we do this, if we, you know, invest in this, that's going to work. Man, I'm going to tell y'all something. Yo, land is where it's at. Gold is where it's at. Silver is where it's at. Natural resources. Being able to barter. Having commodities. Having relationships with people that you can grow and build with. That is what's going to be valuable in a world with no rule and law. In a world with no rule and law, anything goes, no more police presence. What's going to matter is how you deal with people respectfully and how you honor people. There's going to be millionaires that's going to be sitting up there with homeless people trying to learn the game and how to survive and maintain. That's how real it's going to get. Yes, Heidi, we have entered the Twilight Zone. We in the X-Files. The truth is out there. Like, I don't know what time people on. People want to be in gossip and drama and back. Do you know what we're living in right now? We are in the future. We are in Judge Dredd right now. Literally, America is in an episode of Black Mirror right now. Do you know people out here losing their motherfucking minds right now? Do you know people running around here demon possessed right now? The righteous becoming wicked. It's NPCs everywhere. It's skinwalkers everywhere. I'm talking about, listen, a couple nights ago, it sounded like a crying dog outside my door. And I know it was a damn skinwalker. I'm like, that's a skinwalker. People, animals getting hacked up here. People chopping people up and going into psychotic rages. People walking around, can't even get their head out their phones. Everybody's distant right now. Y'all don't feel this in the air? It's like an overwhelming feeling like, yo, it's something more we got to be working on. You know what it is? We got to work on ourselves. We got to work on ourselves. Because the Most High going to bring judgment to this place, and it ain't going to be for the weak. You better make sure you treating people right. Yeah, it was howling like screaming and crying. Like the dog was howling like, come out and help me. Yo, it was wild, y'all. I know that sounds like weird or funny or whatever, but I'm telling you, these things is hacking animals too. You know how much the internet scrubs material of animals being hacked by demons? Do you know how hard they work to get that off the internet? I'm telling you, man. They don't want to show you how deeply possessed society is right now. Yeah, you bound to see animals walking upright, four-legged animals. You bound to see them just walking upright. Even the animals is jacked up. But anyway, I beat that dead horse. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Do not expect the market to continue crashing, but they don't expect a quick recovery either. A quick bounce back is unlikely from what we are being told. The U.S. big tech sector and the ongoing tensions in the Middle East, all of that is spelling significant losses on the markets. A lot of anxiety on the part of investors at this time, not just in the United States, but also around the world.
But according to predictions by economists, this comes amid the probability of the American economy slipping into a recession.
See, this is the thing. The global powers are talking about a recession. No. What's about to happen is not a recession. We're talking about the dollar collapsing. Listen, the dollar collapsing never happened. Yes, we had recessions, but the dollar actually collapsing, that's never happened in history. Do you understand? And people are not going to be ready for that because they don't understand what that means. Look, yeah, you got to look at what times we in. 2 Timothy 2 and 3. It says 2 Timothy 3 and 1. This know also, in the last days, perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. Where it says in the last days, perilous times shall come. Somebody put the definition for perilous in my chat. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, high-minded, heady, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Wow. Now what's perilous? Full danger of risk. Right now, the world we're living in is full danger or risk. From who? The people that was just listed. Those entities who show a form of godliness but deny the power of. You'll have religious folks that carry that spirit. Those who are boasters, proud, arrogant, truce breakers, without natural affection to their brothers or sisters. We're talking about brute beasts, ravening wolves in sheep's clothing. These type of entities. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Let's see here.
U.S. economy may be in worse shape than expected, and that is due to a lot of things. One of them is, of course, the high interest rate as well as the unemployment rate, and that one has risen to a little over 4% since October of 2021. Now, it's also been reported that worries are growing as the Federal Reserve's much anticipated cuts that were coming in September may not be sufficient enough to counterbalance the ongoing high interest rates. Now, on top of that, the profits that are coming from tech companies as well are underwhelming, which has worsened the situation. And because of the upcoming U.S. elections, investors are a little uncertain about the situation.
Wow, investors are uncertain about the situation. Why? Why are outside investors uncertain? Well, because America's in extreme debt, and they're looking at what Kamala Harris did with San Francisco. And on top of that, Kamala Harris haven't dealt with foreign relations the correct way, but she's leading in the polls right now. So what does that mean? See, I talked about this before, how women are seeking empowerment, but it's actually a tactic for them to destabilize the woman. They want you to believe you're being empowered, but there's a campaign to destroy women. And, you know, you'll go in there, you'll blindly vote Kamala, believing that she's going to save you. And really, only people that can save you is the men in your life, your husbands, family, or and so forth. The men in your family, your husbands, or so forth. But you're going to be looking for Kamala to save you, not understanding business. Now, I'm not for one side or the other, but Donald Trump is more respected in the business world. You already got BRICS who are coming together, who are trying to pretty much outsource the dollar. And you're expecting other countries, because there's other countries outside of BRICS, but what you're expecting is other countries to stand behind Kamala Harris. So they are iffy about investing in America when they don't trust her politics. They don't trust her leadership and direction. Trump already was good when it came to the economy when he was in office. This is just a fact. Why? Because Donald Trump is a businessman. Kamala Harris, she is pretty much an agent of chaos, and this is why she's gathering all these young people. I heard she'd impressed out Kai Kennett. Yo, I heard she'd impressed out Kai Kennett to endorse her because she know that young people will follow him, and she's relying on ignorant votes. The Democratic Party is relying on ignorant votes. Now, we know it doesn't matter if it's left or right, the Most High's will shall be done. But when you can see what's being done and you ignore it, that's just being complicit, lying over, rolling over, and letting these people do what it is they're going to do. So, yes, the Jezebel did sleep her way up to the top. And she will be, listen, this country is already under the Jezebel spirit. Somebody says, where is your faith in the word? My faith is absolutely in the word. And the word already foreshadowed that America would fall. So if you knew your scriptures, you would know that America will fall. My faith is in that. I hope America falls. See, this is what you're not understanding, that the reason why I can speak on this so eloquently is because I'm rooting for this place to fall, because that's God's judgment and wrath on this land. It deserves to fall. Babylon deserves to burn. But I have to warn my people who can still have ears to hear and eyes to see, so they can be set apart and not be partakers of her plagues. So you asking me, where's my faith? My faith is in this Bible. Let's continue.
But Donald Trump blames the bomb, little uncertain about the situation, but overwhelming, which has worsened the situation. And because of the upcoming U.S. elections, investors are...
Because of the up-and-coming election, investors are what? Unsure. Why? And then they're going to show Kamala Harris.
A little uncertain.
Because of the elect, they don't want to invest in this country if this is going to be our president.
About the situation, but Donald Trump blames the Biden administration, and he says that both Biden and Harris, quote, don't understand anything. But here's Kamala Harris, the presidential nominee.
Look, the other countries saying Biden, they're saying Biden and, hold on, let me see this. They say Trump and Harris or Biden. And let me go back.
But here's Kamala Harris, the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party, and her plans to combat inflation.
Well, let's start with this. Prices.
Yo, she don't know what she talking about. Yo, just peep this, y'all. Come on now, y'all gotta see.
Prices have gone up. Start with this. Prices have gone up, and families and individuals are dealing with the realities that bread costs more, that gas costs more. So it is something that we take very seriously, very seriously. So it's a big issue. And
listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. America's gonna fall. They can't stop the bleeding, and the reason being is because they won't give the children of Israel their righteous position, and they refuse to speak the truth on the news broadcast. They need to tell the truth. They refuse to give us our 40 acres and a mule. They're constantly keeping God's people in bondage. They are constantly stalking, watching, harassing God's chosen people and stopping, the righteous from taking over. And the Most High is going to punish this country. He's going to punish all those who mock and scoff against God's chosen. And that's what it is. These people refuse to turn to turn to do the right thing. They refuse to turn to do the right thing because they felt like they went too far. With our oppression, they have went way too far. Look, 2 Peter 3:3 says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the Father fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. This is what they believe. Where's this Christ you speak of? Where's the return? All things are just like normal. Oh, bro, you're not living your life, bro. What are you talking about? This Bible? We got to get prepared. We got to repent. We got to change our lives. We got to start unifying with godly people and getting those toxic people out. What are you talking about? See, this is foreign to people who believe Christ ain't returning. This is foreign to non-believers, the stuff that I'm talking today. It's foreign to them. Meanwhile, these are the people trying to rule over you.
we take it seriously.
So no plan at all from Kamala Harris.
Not a damn plan at all. Now, ladies, I want y'all know y'all pretty biased towards Kamala being the president and so forth, but I want y'all to listen to this clip again and tell me, when questioned on the stand, tell me what was her plan to fix this inflation.
And we take it seriously.
So no plan at all.
Costs more, the gas costs more. So it is something that we take very seriously. Very seriously. So it's a big issue. And
It looked like she want to laugh. It literally sounded like the woman want to laugh. Like, yo, we just take it serious. She has no plans on reversing this because there is no reversing this. This thing is just a theater show. They can't reverse this because the Most High is judging this place. And judgment can come real soon. This is why, look, I'm telling you, this is why in this time you just got to get right and you got to get forgiveness out here for your wrongs. You just got to be on a righteous path and just try your best to clean up the dirt you done and get on the right track. Because this stuff ain't getting no better. Let's go.
we take it seriously.
So no plan at all from Kamala Harris, as we've just heard. And it's really no wonder why U.S. investors are worried about the situation.
Well, investors across the world, particularly those who have invested heavily in the U.S., who are reliant.
This is what's going on world news. You see that dollar sign with the arrow going down? Hold on, let me put this on the big screen. Do y'all understand? I watch world news, y'all. See, a lot of y'all out there, y'all be caught up in local news. Y'all be caught up in YouTube drama and caught up in, what's going on in the hood, street politics. And look, bro, let me explain this to you. On a world scale, this is what they're doing. This is what they're talking about. Listen, when we read the scriptures about Babylon falling, the world is already talking about it. People are already worldwide, all over news, talking about Babylon is falling, she's falling. When you see world news correspondents with the dollar plummeting all over world news, they're telling you that the dollar is about to be gone, but nobody's paying attention to it, and nobody's moving like they know what their purpose is, or moving like they're going to make way for the future. Malcolm X says the future is for those who prepare for it. It might not even happen in our lifetime, but what are you going to do to set your children up on the right path? You got people who will scoff and mock God's work and curse their seeds and curse their children's children. While those who are preparing, those are moving accordingly, that's the bloodline that's going to live on for our people. That's who's going to be the 144,000, those who actually taking heed. But anybody who speaks about doing anything outside of sitting our asses on computers, running our big fat mouths, or getting Uber Eats, maxing and relaxing, getting caught up in gossip, stuffing our fat ass faces, anybody who speak about getting up and doing something, that's enemy. That's public enemy number one. What is he talking about? He's ruining my good time. Anybody talking about, yo, we need to start preparing for this because it's happening. It's right in our faces. Anybody who talk like that is the enemy, y'all. Terry Jones says it's definitely happening in our lifetime. Never thought it would be this way, but I'm okay. Just got to prepare. Right. It could happen in our lifetime, or it may not. But the point is, there's some people who are already thinking proactively, making moves to make sure they're securing their families, their children's children. The Bible says the righteous man leave an inheritance for his children's children. It don't have to actually be a financial inheritance. It could just be the way you thought, your spiritual growth. You can pass that down. Of course, physical things are good too, but when you're just making steps in the right direction and you're teaching the youth what's happening, you got to teach your sons what's coming. You got to teach your daughters what's coming. Like, look, I'm gonna just keep a buck with you. This is what's going on in the world, and this is what you got to know for the future. You got to start teaching your children how to rent out Airbnbs, property management, how to acquire land, how to get grants for these lands, how to find the right people to link up with, how to move accordingly. All of that garbage that they teaching in the schools, it has no meaning. You're sitting your children in the schools and they're not teaching them nothing, y'all. They teaching your children how to be gay. Do you understand that's what's happening in these schools? Or they're teaching them mathematics that ain't really helpful. The infamy of their education system is rotten to the core, y'all. They're not teaching these children nothing. But we're going to leave them out in the world to do what? Work a job? Yo, look, let me ask y'all this. Now, what I'm about to say, it might come off disrespectful, but I don't want it to come off that way. But I want to say this, right? How long are we just going to work jobs? Has it really worked for us? Now, this is some real talk. I'm not telling you to go out here and quit your job. You got to do what you got to do. A lot of people are actually working from home or remotely anyway. But what I'm saying, though, is a job, right, should be something that's going to get you to your purpose. I said a job should be something that's going to get you to your purpose, meaning your job shall fund your own business. Because the cycle of getting a job, and that's what you're going to teach your children to grow up and say, look, you're going to grow up, you're going to go to school, you're going to go to college for 4 years. 4 to 8 years. You're going to be in all this debt, and then you're going to get a job. And then you're going to work this job for 40 years until you retire. And then you're going to die because you ain't going to be able to retire, because there won't be no retirement. There won't be no Social Security. You won't be able to pass nothing down to your children. And the worms and moths will come through and they'll eat everything you work for. And when you're on your deathbed, the nurses and medical bills going to take all the money. Your children ain't going to have nothing. That's life. Sound about right? Or are you going to start teaching them something different? Because this is insanity. We got to teach them, look, we're going to get land. We're going to rent out this property. Because listen, these are the things they're teaching their children. I'm talking about the other nations. They're teaching their children how to till soil, how to have a board of trustees on a land, how to actually develop lands, how to build homes, how to place irrigation and plumbing and electrical work so you can have all the things you need. I'm telling y'all, man, this is real talk. This is real talk. But let's go.
On American markets, when America sneezes, the world gets a cold, but that can affect some areas more than others, right?
Yeah, Japan is not alone. The outcome of a possible U.S. recession has hit other places as well. The Moscow stock exchange fell by
Man, this joint gonna collapse.
Less than 2%. The Turkish market was suspended after stocks fell by 7%, and European stocks have also in general extended losses. Major bourses and almost all sectors are in the red. Tech stocks closing nearly 6% lower as well. And U.S. giant Intel fell as much as 28%. But even cryptocurrencies are not exempt from the situation, with Bitcoin dipping by almost a fifth today. So the situation seems grave. So we'll see when
the situation seems grave because the other countries are looking like, yo, this is their presidential candidates and this ain't looking too good. That's what's happening right now. Zona Kid says, never understood why you need college. Basics for a trade, just stealing money and wasting time. This is a fact. This is a fact. Let me see here. Somebody says 2 trillion stock gone. Just like that. Ain't nobody paying attention. 2 trillion stocks just gone. Do you know what that means? I'm telling you, man, this stuff is real. Stuff is real. Let's see here. Somebody said, why does one have to leave just because it's bad? Sound like someone won't fight or gave it out without a fight. I don't know what you're talking about, family. Heidi says, you can learn most of these college courses for free by utilizing the internet. That's a fact, too. And here's the thing that they're teaching their children, the things that the other nations are teaching their children. I mean, just people in general that are advancing, just like TikTok in different countries, such as China, Japan, or whatever the case is, they teaching their children real life skills, how to be revolutionaries, how to be engineers, how to be leaders. But what are our kids doing on TikTok? What are they sitting on TikTok doing, y'all? It's like literally America is imploding on purpose. They're making our people dumb on purpose. I want y'all to hear this brother again in case you just joined us.
I'm the only one that just wake up one day, go outside, take a look around, and say to myself, I hate fucking being in this country. This country fucking sucks. Ain't nothing what it used to be. Nothing. The people are distant as shit. Kids disrespectful as hell. Schools are just a name. They ain't teaching your kids a damn thing. They just taking them in there so they can indoctrinate them. into their system. Families, fuck, what is that? People don't even have that anymore. Money, shit. None of us have none of that. And what little we do have, they're finding a way to take that from us. This country ain't worth a fuck anymore. And truth be told, I don't see it ever getting better. We don't know how to come together. We so busy wanting to debate. We want to go watch bullshit programs, all of this, when right around the corner, they about to stick it to us hard. And when that day happens, oh my God, people gonna be running all everywhere, looking for any means necessary. Well, here's the problem with that. You ain't by yourself. Millions of others gonna be doing it too. But, hey, you said it never happened. You didn't prepare yourself one bit. And when it does happen, just like COVID, when the stores shelves got empty, when it does happen, you're going to be looking at your kids, praying to God a miracle happen. Sorry to tell you, ain't nothing coming to save you. You had a chance to save yourself. But, hey, this is the country we live in. It's America, US of A. Go figure that shit.
Yeah, you're going to be sitting there looking stupid. Because all the people who were sitting there trying to tell you, look, you got to start liquidating your assets. You got to pick up a trade. You got to stop being a selfish ass person and link in with people. You got to learn how to congregate with others who have a like mind. You got to find your tribe. You got to prepare. The other nations are moving accordingly. The dollar's collapsing. And all of that's going to be an echo in your head. For a lot of y'all out there, it's just going to be echo. Like, yo, I remember a brother talking like that. Or I remember a sister talking like that. And it's just going to echo in your mind while you sitting there looking dumb in a damn food line because you're not paying attention to what world you living in. You living in a damn illusion. You're in the Matrix. See, you see all the high-rise buildings. You see the sun shining when you go outside, not even realizing you're in an illusion. It's a mirage. You think everything is together, but they tell you all the time that it ain't together. And they're showing you by the characters they put in play. You got Meg Thee Stallion shaking her ass for votes. Like, am I in the alternative universe? You got Quavo standing beside Kamala Harris, endorsing her as the next president. Like, do you know how embarrassing that is to the black folks in America that these people are on TV parading the way they are? That there's just the levels of disrespect. Like, it's a modern day damn minstrel show to keep everybody in a party mentality. And everybody believe they being empowered, but don't got no damn power because they can't call nothing their own. How the hell you got power and you ain't got your own water supply? How the hell you got power and you got to rely on these people for everything? They could just raise the bills on your electric anytime they want. They don't even got to explain it to you. They can raise the bill. They don't even honor their covenants. You go move into a place, you paying one amount of rent 1 month, the next month is $200 and $300 more. And they could just say it's a fee. Don't worry about it. Inflation. Your job ain't paying no more. But the damn prices are going up. You got to pay damn near two grand for a 1-bedroom apartment. In most of these cities, do you know how crazy that sounds? But everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. The whole world's talking about it. But the very few who are doing something about it, why are they under such scrutiny? Why are they under such public observation? Why do they get treated the worst? The people who actually doing something. People who into like, I be looking at different platforms and stuff. But like solution-based people is what I'm speaking of. People who got yurt communities. People who are off-grid living. I see some of these channels out here it be people of different nations. They be out here like literally living in vans in different places, and then people be in their comment sections just disrespecting them. I'm not telling nobody that that's a lavish lifestyle or sought after lifestyle. It takes a certain brand of person to do that. But can't you see that these people clearly can see that there's no real solutions within this? And they're looking to find a means out. And can you really blame them? See, brothers and sisters, I know I've been real long when I've been really chopping it up with y'all tonight. But you see, I gotta explain this to y'all. I'm the type of person who is cursed with the ability to know what I deserve. And I know what life is supposed to be like. I know as a man, I'm supposed to be my own man. I'm not supposed to rely on another nation to have everything. And because I know this, it makes me a man on a mission, a man on fire, driven to establish something I could say is my own town, my own community, my own home. I don't know what these motherfuckers did to my ancestors, bro, but it sparked something in me. And that's the wrong one right there. But I'm telling you, I don't know what they did to my ancestors, but whatever has ignited in my bloodline over the last 5 years of my life, I am fixated on having my own. I know my people are royalty. I know we're supposed to be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, the lender and not the borrower. And I refuse to take anything less. And I don't care who got anything to say about that. I want freedom. This country is trash. These colonizers who rule it, they not of God. Their whole system is a joke. It's all wicked. It's all perverted. God hates it. I hate it. And I want freedom. And they can't pacify me. I'm not a kid no more. You can't sit a damn video game in my face. You can't sit some trinkets and you know, some little things that they try to throw out there to make you destroy yourself as a man. They can't give me those little things. They can't throw the eye candy out there no more. It's not good enough. When I know what they done to my people, it's not good enough to give me eye candy and pacification. It's not good enough to give me a damn a little check from the government. It ain't good enough. I want my own. Like, what's wrong with thinking like that? Nothing is wrong with it. That's what being a man is about. Being a man is about establishing something. And it's almost like because I'm living and breathing, people don't see that this is the same plight that Marcus Garvey had, Malcolm X had. But because I'm on some type of social media apparatus, people won't even know who I am until I'm gone. That's the crazy part. That's how it works. That's how it usually works. You won't be understood until you're gone. All you chosen ones, brothers and sisters of truth, they won't get who you are until you're gone. They think, you know, it's all ego driven and pride driven, but really you just want freedom. The Most High installed it in you to be a man, brothers, to have your own. You don't want to go punch a clock and work for these people. You don't want to do it. You want to have your own business. And if we come together, we can make that happen. That's what they're afraid of. That's really what they're afraid of, that a person going to take their platform and actually use it to do the right thing and say, look, we can build. The hell they talking about? Yeah, I see all these people talking about what's going on in the world, all the crying, all the complaining, all of it. But we the men, Who else gonna set our people free? Ain't nobody gonna do this for us. Ain't nobody finna do nothing for us. Somebody said phones, tablets, computers, and most devices are only distraction-based toys, which most are addicted. That's a fact. That is a fact. Yep, Cornell made a very good point. He said there's a lot of land deeds that are hidden. That's some real talk. Even when we were in bondage, some of our ancestors who were in captivity, some of the slave masters left us deeds, and the government hid that. This is a fact. They literally hid our land deeds because we were serving some of the Gentiles so well that they was like, yo, I ain't even rocking with my own family. I'm gonna leave this to so and so, and the government hid that. That's a fact. Yo, Ray Gary, I appreciate the $100 support, man. I appreciate supporting the platform. It's highly appreciated, brother. Somebody said, I wish the farm was out here in Texas, New Breed. I wouldn't be merely cutting grass, LOL. Yeah, that's real talk, but there'll be UP farms everywhere. One day, one of these days, they'll be everywhere. Samuel Led Ministry says, instead of faking it on the gram, we got to cut it out and get to work. That's what I'm saying. You see all these people who be online talking about the economy crashing, dollar collapsing, all of that. You know what gives me liberty is the word. You know what gives me liberty to really speak on this matter? Because I'm being used to do something. Even my little part. But you'll see a whole lot of other creators going viral constantly. They're going viral just talking about the problems. I don't go viral talking about solutions. That's where I need the help of the people. I ain't saying I have all the answers, but I'm saying that I have a solution, not the solution. You'll see all these people on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or whatever the case is, talking about what's going on in the world. And these video clips go viral. But why ain't nobody making this viral? A person who got access to a lot of land. A person who's like, yo, we got some solutions. We can do this. I tell you why. Because this country is trauma-based, and a lot of these creators are despair merchants. They have no intention on doing anything, just scaring you. LP says that's why it was imperative for slaves not to learn how to read. Imagine being heinously unalive for trying to learn how to read. Exactly. That's real talk. JJ says there's plenty of land here in Arkansas for a UP farms. Oh yeah, Arkansas is a nice place to start something. Samuel Led Ministry says they hate progress, New Breed. They love the bad stuff. They absolutely do. And that's why within these spaces in this community, I don't answer to nobody. I don't answer to nobody, especially people who are not supporting what's happening over here. And that's just what it is. Somebody said people don't understand that the solution is boring to simple-minded people. Well, I don't know how a solution can be boring. I don't think that it's boring. I think that they don't want to put in the work. Chris Crawford says Arkansas is where the CIA ships is. It says the CIA ships in the Her-O-Ein. I don't know what that means, sir. I think you got a typo. Somebody said, anyone know how to get in touch with Breed? You can get in touch with me through my Instagram. Oh, you said heroin. Okay, I got you. You can get in touch with me through my Instagram. It's right there on the screen. And I have an email address that I share in my description box. Terry Jones says, what's the plan for septic and electricity out there? Well, the plan is to get septic and electricity. I don't know if you mean a detailed description on how we're going to go about it, but we got to get it. Servant Yahuwah says, what to do if Kamala becomes the president? Well, look, no matter who becomes the president, we still got to follow the scriptures. And the Bible says that pray ye always that ye may be counted worthy to survive all these things that are to come. So regardless of who is put in office, the same protocols are on the table. We got to move like we know what our purpose is. Heidi says the flesh holds a lot of black people, sadly. Well, the flesh actually affects all people, Miss Heidi. Everybody's flesh is affected. Nicole says, is your land powered by solar? At the moment, yes. Samuel Led Ministries, much love, New Breed. You work hard on the Lord, and the Lord sees you and will bless you even more. Nothing but respect for you, sir. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support. As well as B Rock coming through with the support. He says, I was made fun of growing up for camping and fishing and being outdoors. Right now, I'm listening to you from my boat in Atlantic because I stayed dry. Man, that's a blessing. My man out there on a boat on the Atlantic right now. Wow. Yeah, I mean, look, those skills of camping and doing what you need to do, learning how to fish and hunt, man, that stuff is invaluable right now. And one thing about it as men, man, we should never stop learning things. We can never get complicit with what we know. Always try to find new trades and new skills and embrace those things. And don't be ashamed if you're not good at something when you start off. Just keep trying until you can get right. Let's see. Servant Yahuwah says, should we leave the country if she becomes president? No. I mean, look, at some point, I think if the Most High puts it on your heart to leave the country, you should leave. At some point, whatever you want to do in life, let the Holy Spirit lead you. But don't leave just because Kamala Harris is the president. Leave because the Most High put it on your heart. And don't move out of fear. Anything you do, don't do it out of haste. It's like some of the topics that I'm putting out and the message that I'm putting out, what it'll do if you listen to what's being said and you meditate on it, you will begin to know what direction and course to take when it's that time. Yeah, man, this is just real talk. But, I wanted to come through and chop it up with y'all. I got much more content coming, man. It's been an honor and a blessing building with y'all. I got so much more stuff that I want to get into in the near future. Some things that I want to show y'all, I got a plethora of things I want to react to. And a lot of it is regarding what's going on spiritually with people and identifying certain things and actually, bringing forth some real clarity on the war that we're fighting, because there's a war going on. And I got to give you the spiritual vote that you signed up for to help to motivate you through these times. But all praises to the Most High. It's always an honor building with y'all. Much more coming. If y'all got sources y'all want to send me via Instagram, always feel free to inbox me when it comes to a source. I'm definitely willing to break things down. Oh, let me see. I got more super chats coming through. Let me read these. Tanya Brewer says, will you consider making a Discord? You can create different community groups like gardening, building, studies, etc. Thanks for bringing the word. Thank you. I do discuss some of these things in our Zoom meetings via WhatsApp, but no, a Discord is a great idea. So that's something that I'll work on. B Rock, thank you. B Rock Survival says, literally in port in bed for the night. Yo, well, man, thank you. Somebody said they subscribed to your channel, that you had some content over there. That's what's up. Thanks for the support. Man, everybody has, showed up. Moon E says the cashless and mark of the beast scares me a lot. Well, why are you scared? Ain't no need to be scared. Look, nobody should be scared. Don't get scared. Get prepared. What we scared of? If you right with the Most High, you know you good. If you doing what you supposed to do in your life, what are you walking around frightful and scared for? Now, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you ain't got to worry about that. Some of the people that I bump shoulders with down deep off in the South, people who have gardens and homes and all these things that they got going on where they can eat off the land, they're not even worried about a cashless society or the mark of the beast. And they know it's coming. They literally talk about it and be like, yeah, we know it's about to happen. I've been in these conversations, but we ain't worried about it because we're going to be trading and doing what we doing. So long as you align with the Most High, and y'all got to understand, I'm going to say this as well. For the sister that says she was scared, let me break this down. Look, God's people don't got nothing to worry about because the Holy Spirit is going to guide you and he's going to protect his chosen through all of this. You just got to test the content of your heart. The Most High don't give us the spirit of fear. But anyway, I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all stay blessed out there. Y'all have a good one. Shalom and peace.